If you're wanting to start your own candle business, you're probably so excited to get started, but you may be focusing on the wrong things in the beginning. And this is something that I learned, that I wish I would have done things way differently from the beginning. And I found out that I had been focusing on the wrong things when I was getting started with my business, and I should have been focusing on something completely different. Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erica with Memory Box Candle Co. And I make videos all about the journey of starting a candle business. And real quick, I'm so excited that we changed up the background of my videos. It looks so much nicer, doesn't it? Without all the cardboard boxes and the storage stuff and the inventory and supplies and all that stuff. Now we get to see actually the finished product in our IKEA shelves. And this shelf right here is all for wholesale. So we got our melters and we got our finished product. And it just looks so much nicer. Thank you to Chris for moving everything out and getting this all set up, because there's no way I would have been able to do that. But today's video, I wanted to talk about something I think is very important if you are wanting to get started with a candle business, if you're thinking about getting started with a candle business, and you are kind of in that excitement mode that I remember being in when I first had the idea of getting started with my own candle business. And what I found looking back all these years later is that I wish I would have been focused on different things than I was way back when. And it's very normal to be focused on more of the cosmetics of your candle business. What style jars are you going to use? What are your label designs going to look like? What fragrances? What is your brand name going to be? What is your overall aesthetic going to be? It's not that those things are unimportant. They are very important to your brand, but they're not the most important thing that you should be thinking of initially. When you are thinking about starting a business, the ultimate goal of running and starting a business is we want to make sales. We want to make sure that our candles are going to sell and that we are going to make money on our candles. So the most important thing that you should be thinking of when it comes to starting a candle business is not necessarily all of the cosmetic stuff in the beginning. You can think about that, but focus more on who you are selling your candles to. So don't think about the what is my candle going to look like and all of these different cosmetic factors. Figure out who you are selling your candles to, and then design and make your product based on your target market. So figure out who you are selling your candles to, and then make a product that they are going to want to buy, because that is going to ultimately lead you to success in actually selling your product. Because if you're just making something general, or if you are not knowing the answers to the cosmetic questions like, well, I don't know what jar to use, I don't know what fragrance oils to choose, working backwards and figuring out what target market you are creating your candles for, that gives you the answers to your questions. It will let you know what materials, what fragrances, what kind of jar, what kind of overall vibe or aesthetic that you are going for based on who you are selling your candles to. It's sort of like if you had to give somebody directions somewhere, but you don't know where you're sending them to, you don't know where that destination is, the address of that destination, it would be impossible to give somebody directions if you don't know where they're going. It's kind of like the same thing. If you don't know who you're going to be selling your candles to, it's very difficult to make those decisions on the materials and everything that you're putting into your candle, because you don't know who's actually going to be purchasing your candle and who you are making that candle for. So in the beginning, instead of worrying about all of the cosmetic parts of your business, so your brand name, what your product is going to look like, what your Instagram handle is going to be, all that kind of stuff, think more about who you are going to actually sell your candles to. Who is going to buy your candles? How are they going to buy your candles? Why are they going to buy your candles? And also learn about buying behavior, marketing, and purchasing online. All of that has to do with customer buying behavior. So you can kind of study that and be able to have more of an understanding when it comes to the selling aspect. Because again, when it comes to running a business, we want to sell our candles, and the creation of it is just one part of the business, but the actual selling is a whole other part of it. And a lot of us are really good at the creative side, but the selling side, maybe not so much. But if you want to be successful in your business, you should be focusing on the most important part of your business, which is selling your candles. So learning how you're going to be selling, who you're going to be selling to, learning about marketing, learning everything that you can on the sales end on what your strategy is going to be going into business, instead of focusing so much on what your product is going to look like and just getting through the motions of actually launching your candle business. That's what I did. I mean, if you are at that point, then I'm right there with you. That's what I did in the beginning. I did not have at all a target audience or anything that I was thinking of. I was just thinking, okay, I want my product to look this way. I like this label design. I like these fragrances. Here you go, world. Do you like it? So I totally understand if you have been starting your business that way, if you've been thinking that way, and don't feel like if you have either already launched your business or you're about to launch your business and you're like, I don't know who I'm selling to, I don't know how to choose a target audience. Don't worry, you can always adjust things and you can learn as you go and learn and figure out what kind of person would want to purchase your candles based on the vibe, based on whatever theme you chose, based on your overall look of your brand, and figure out who that target market is. And then you can kind of try to tailor your product and figure out who your audience is. Or you could always create a separate candle line that's really targeted to a specific audience so that you can really work backwards and figure out who you are making your candles for. So don't worry, like me, you can always keep adjusting things and keep trying to figure out what your mission is, what your brand story is, and all that kind of stuff around your business and how that is going to actually lead to sales and lead to success in the long run. Because you do have to think ahead as a business person and as an entrepreneur. You have to think about, how am I going to actually make money? How am I going to sell my candles? Who am I going to be selling my candles to? Because the fun part is the cosmetic part. The challenging part is actually selling your candles, and that's what you should be focused on the most in the beginning. Today's candle comment of the day comes from 6 and 33. I love this comment. They say, thank you. I enjoyed this video as well as all of your other videos. And I want to thank you for all of the info you share. You are an inspiration to the masses. The things you have shared has helped me have success according to my standards at vendor markets, and I'm excited as to how things are going. My first market was April 13th. And my net sales as of today are $5,181.90. Pricing and presentation is key. Keep going, everyone. Thank you, Erica. I just love this comment so much. You are doing such a great job. I'm so proud of you. This is amazing. And I love that you commented this, because this just goes to show that everybody is going to have different experiences. This was on my video talking about how to make $500 per month selling your handmade candles. And I had some pushback on that video saying that it's not possible. And I had a lot of people comment their experiences, that they are making sales and they are doing it and doing fantastic. And I'm just so happy for you. And with that, I am going to end today's video right here. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave it a big thumbs up, as well as subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to follow me over on Instagram at MemoryBoxCandleCo. And I will see you in my next video.